I'm so unprepared that actually I'm so unprepared that I didn't copy the previous going live post. So I'm going to type it first. I also didn't open Twitch. This is already going so badly, but I just wanted to at least do something this week too. Okay, Stream Manager is open. Fuck no, I need to copy the channel URL first. Then go to dashboard. Wait, no, I also need to. Yeah, so you're seeing me partially preparing to stream on camera. Well, okay. Wait, where is it? Okay, post sent. Everything is open. So I guess I can start. Alright, so this is yet another stream of me working on the libadwaita. Yeah, I didn't forget to update the stream info. I'm doing this on Friday, even though I normally do it on Tuesdays and Thursdays, because I was unable to do it on both of those days for different reasons. So yeah, we're continuing from. Well, because there has been a large gap, quite a lot of things happened off camera. In particular, I now have message dialogues working too. Mostly working. I still need to make them always stay in the center. They shouldn't be. They shouldn't be. Where is it? They shouldn't turn to bottom sheets. Also, I'm sorry, I am a bit loopy today. I just used an energy drink, and yeah. But I mean, it's an improvement because the last 2 days I was sleeping this time of day. So yeah. So today I need to make dialogue stay in the center. And just continue working on random stuff. Because these do work in general. Where is it? Where is it? Test message dialogues. This is a dedicated test for them. So like, well, they all appear where they shouldn't, but otherwise, they do work. I still don't know what's up with this. I'll have to debug at some point, maybe today. So yeah. First though, let's just comment out the code that does, well, not comment out, just neutralize the code that does the switching. So basically set its breakpoint condition to something possible. And it's already here because yeah, I did that for testing. Let's just say set it like minimum width is something like this, because yeah, this is obviously something I want to trigger here. So yeah, now it stays in the middle. And yeah, the sizing all works correctly. This looked a bit sus, but I checked and it actually became the same way on main, so it is fine. Because in general, I'd expect this to be narrower, like here, for example. I actually don't know why it's so wide. Presumably because, well, this one stays wide. Yeah, that's it. This one actually changes as you resize. And yeah, you can resize the parent window with these new dialogues because they aren't windows themselves. With the old system, you could basically only see it by maximizing half tiling. And like, wait, what? Oh, yeah, I should commit that. Yeah, like you can already see there was some testing before. Let's commit this. Whatever. I don't care about commit names. This is all work in progress. There obviously will be proper commit messages once, like before it's merged. And then restore all of this, and I'll stash it. Okay. Now let's check main. So I should close this. Wait, no. I'm actually not sure what I did to change the volume of that. Also, I'm sorry, my mic is. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Oh, I know. Yep, I see. The extension I'm using to add music into here, it also allows to change the volume by scrolling on it, same as the volume icon does here. Except this one does not right now because, well, it's using a. It's basically using a dummy output device that I just used to separate. That I basically use to separate music and desktop audio into different channels for a stream. Hence this whole elaborate setup with where I have to use pulse audio volume control to change volume. Okay, so I'm going to build a libadwaita from main in this directory just to have reference. Then I'm going to switch back to my work in progress branch and keep using that. Okay, it's done. And now from here I can just run the test itself. Wait, no, not this one. This one. And yeah, this one is still wide for some reason, which it probably shouldn't be, but no idea offhand why it is. But yeah, like it does work the same way. And everything else is also the same. All right. So I need to decide how to actually properly do it without just without just like making a temporary condition. So in general, I want to allow dialogues to override the conditions. So like, so like for message dialogues. Well, okay, for message dialogues, you app just never want them as bottom sheets. But for other dialogues, apps may want to decide when exactly to make them into sheets. Like, like if you have something wide, you may want to turn it into sheet earlier. Although, I mean, it will still need to like fit into 360 pixels. I was not sure if it's a good idea, but it seems natural because we allow to change it everywhere else, so why not here? So yeah, I think it should be possible to change the condition, but maybe for dialogues, it should be like, fuck. I mean, I guess it's fine. Well, okay, actually, first let's fix the styles. Another problem is the default condition here I use specifically. It's like this. It's two different conditions because the dialog should also turn the sheets on landscape on mobile. So this condition does it, and it looks like wait, what? Why is it not a sheet? Oh, right. So on mobile, it becomes bottom sheet in portrait or in landscape, both. And I'm not sure apps would get that right if they're just allowed to override this whole thing entirely. Maybe it should be like they set to different conditions. Or maybe just the width for switching, although they would need unit too. So maybe it's fine to just allow to override this whole thing. But yeah. And for dialogues, maybe we could just have a flag to like, well, not flag like an enum of how to display this dialogue. So like, dialogue, well, not dialogue, how do we call it? Maybe like something like floating bottom sheet auto. Since it would kind of make more sense here. Not sure. Because, like, just to. Like, just to avoid using nonsense condition here. Because, yeah, something like this is an option. Or I could do, something like this. Now it's completely impossible. I could even just do this. But this is kind of ugly. So I probably want something else. This whole thing makes me really wonder if exposing the condition as is a bad idea, because there are so many problems with it. The fact that apps need to remember about landscape, which they probably wouldn't. The fact that for dialogues it's gonna be nonsense conditions, and also the fact that apps would be able to change for message dialogues, which would break their styles. Which, okay, we could support that. I mean, not support in the sense that it's recommended, but like in the sense that just having style overrides so it doesn't break. Actually, let me just implement it because why not? So the problem with dialogues is when it's bottom sheet, they still have rounding, and they still have rounding on the buttons. I need to disable that. It's here. Also, by doing this, I broke the previous implementation, and I should revert that. Well, not revert, add the previous condition. Yeah, exactly. It was nothing. Now it's sheet. So I'll do this first. Now sheet. No, not bottom sheet. I don't need to rename dialog sheet to something else. Maybe a floating sheet. I don't know. We'll see. And remove border radius from here because I don't really need it. And also window message dialog. I need to move outline here. Well, I don't have to, but it's basically not used otherwise. So now border radius on the sheet. Huh? What? Oh. Now if I do this, it will be correctly not rounded at the bottom, except, yeah, the buttons need an override too. It's these styles. Oh, I know. Bottom sheet. Response area. This won't work because specificity issues. I think it won't at least, but let's see. Maybe it will. Specificity. The priority in CSS is a bit arcane, especially in SCSS where this all gets mangled. But yeah. Let's see. Message dialog. Yeah, I really need to fix focus. It's fine here. And yeah, this did not work. So I will need to do this stuff. I'll have to basically repeat this whole structure. Because otherwise, since those selectors are more specific, they take priority. Yeah, it's not very fun. And I really wish I didn't have to do that. But unfortunately, I do have to do that. And it also has to be structured in a weird way because, you know, it would be much easier to set it all to 0 and then override it for floating sheets to be whatever radius needs to be. But because of this, I can't do that. I really should discuss it like others if this should be libadwaita 2.0 material. So I can do API breaks because right now it is getting quite ugly. Like this whole class for dialogues, where is it? It's called message dialog 2. I mean, yikes. But it's called that because message dialog already exists. And it extends window. And this is not a window. And changing that will be API break because suddenly all of the Windows functions like window present, etc., they will stop working, and that's not good. So so it has to be this, even though it's ugly. But yeah, it works. It obviously should not. Oh my god. I mean, to be fair, this is for mobile, so it's. I mean, this is fixable, but like, I just need to override it for everything except maximize, styled, like, you know, because if it's maximized, it has square corners, and then it's suddenly fine. Or like solid CSD for people who use XViolent with no composition, XViolent with no composition. So things like that. No, I'm actually surprised that this looks kind of fine with this style. Because we're really neglecting it right now, and we shouldn't. I have no idea why there's no border here. Wait, no, really, why is there no border? Huh. Wait, what? This looks fine, but then it suddenly does this. First of all, what's the Windows width right now? 360. Is the border counted into default width? What about allocation? Oh, I see. So, okay, the borders with the style are counted into default width, and I guess overlay needs overflow hidden. Well, that's unexpected. I mean, good to know, but this is not great. I mean, let's fix that. HK widget set overflow brief overlay GTK overflow hidden in here. And in here. Wait, actually. No. This has to be an issue already, doesn't it? Here's main. It does not have overlay. Everything is sized correctly here. well, yeah, dialogues aren't because they're separate, but like default width is 360. I'm confused. Solid CSD. It all fits too. Why didn't it fit when I opened? Wait, what? Oh, okay, yeah. Um, I was looking at this shadow and thinking it was the Windows content and not the dialogue. It is a dialogue too. It's the dimming because it's part of the dialogue. I see. So the actual content of the window, this thing, it doesn't need overflow hidden, and in fact it already has it. Um, this needs overflow hidden. Um, hmm, shouldn't it? Oh, I see. GTK overlay already does it for me. So, sorry. GTK overlay already does it for me. So I just, oh, I can also enable measure. Should I though? All right. How do I do that? Um, so, oh, there are helpers. Yeah, so we need to set this GTK overlay, overlay, a GTK widget, dialog, true. Clip overlay, and let's set measure overlay too. I don't think I'll keep that, but just to check how it works. Because they probably don't want the window to resize when you open dialog. We want it to be clipped. But let's see. Well, okay. Right now it won't do that. But let's add solid CSD. Now it would, because now the actual content is slightly narrower than 360 pixels. Wait, what? So clip definitely works. What? Why were they both off? Oh, right. Because that's window, and this is application window. And that's why removing overflow hidden didn't work too. Yeah. Having the same API in two places is not fun. For 2.0, I definitely should rework application window to extents of window and implement GTK stuff instead. There isn't much anyway, it's basically just shortcut window support. And we need custom shortcut window anyway. Also many bar support, but we don't support that anyway. So yeah, it's definitely far easier to do that than to do what I'm doing right now with two independent subclasses. But yeah, and if we're doing this in 1.0, 1.x, then there should be some API that's generic and works with both types of windows, because yikes, like apps shouldn't have to worry about which kind of window they're using. It's the difference is most negligible anyway. Anyway, solid CSD. Now I open about window and the window resizes. Should that happen or should it not happen? Artisan, hi artisan. So yeah, this, I mean, it's not too bad, but then again, it would result in the whole window getting too large and mobile. And I'm not sure if it would even resize back when you close dialog. Okay, looks like it would. Actually, you know what? I can always try it. Well, I would need to wait for GitLab to build it, but that's not too bad. Let's see. Let's make about window. Where's about dialog rather? Because about window is the old one that extends window, and again, because this is currently in 1.x, I have to keep API working, so this is new. So let's make this deliberately too large, too wide. Now it's wider by 40 pixels. Yeah, yes, it 0w0.is. It mustn't. They definitely did. I have seen that. Yeah, because I opened it a few times while it was building. But yeah. So okay, now it's definitely now it should be too wide, and it definitely is. So now let's run that. Well, now let's push that. It's a work in progress branch, so whatever. P git push. Now let's go to GNOME libadwaita. Let's go to this branch, and now it will be. Now let's wait until CI builds. I need the AR64 build, and I will run it on this thing, which is basically the only way I have tested on an actual phone. So while it's building, let's check fit again. Oh yeah, I see you boosted it too. Crisp, Christmas, yes. All right. Okay, it has built it. So I guess let's download it right here. Okay. No, I don't need. Okay, so I open GitLab. Where's the bottom sheets? History. I said history. Okay, so even though GitLab has white button, which is on this layout is full width, I can only click the actual label. Good to know. So pipelines. It would probably have been easier to download it from here and to SCP it, but I already almost did it here, so I will finish it. Browse. I said browse. The button worked the fourth time I tapped it. The fourth time. Download. Oh, you know what? I will stage there anyway. Uh-huh. Is it downloading? It is, okay. Pack install minus user. Okay. Need to update the platform and it should fine. I like how how the GitLab header flashes, but whatever. Okay. Now where is it? Oh, right. Okay, it's starting. Then I open about window. It gets wider. Then I close, gets back narrow. Okay, this isn't too bad, but yeah, it's still not useful. It should probably be center line too and not right lined. Basically, it looks like... Is it visible on camera? Okay, it's... how do I make it dark? I guess I need settings. Oh my god. Oh wait, I have button. Alright. Okay, it is visible. I open about window now. There's no close button. Wait, no, there's no close button anyway. It's fine. Wait, no, never mind. There is a close button. There is one. But it's off screen, and yeah, the menu button disappears because the window gets wider. And when it's still probably not visible. It's really hard to demo things when... It's really hard to demo things like that when I'm not seeing it from the camera's pole. Anyway, trust me, it's more or less fine, but doesn't make a lot of sense. Anyway. Let's see. So yeah, I won't measure it like that. I will obviously keep a clip because, you know, it's nice. But measure no. Instead, let's see what happens if... Overlay has special logic for when the child doesn't completely fit, how to place it depending on its align, H-align and V-align values. So let's try to play with these. So what happens if I set H-align to start the same, and they're all the same, nevertheless. I actually wonder what that code is for then, because it doesn't seem to do anything. Center. Oh, yeah, it does. So it just does. Yikes. No, let's keep it as fill. I'm really tempted to just replace GTK overlay with custom image here because I kind of need more control here than what it provides, because ideally when clipping windows I want to center them. Although maybe it's fine to keep it like this. I mean, it's not expect behavior here. It just will be like, oh, broken, obviously enough. So yeah, maybe that's fine. Um, yeah, okay. Let's keep it as is for now. And oh my god, I forgot to start work timer. I'm so good at this, but at least I have a record of when the stream started, so I can backfill it. That was 15:55, 15:06. 15, 56. Oh, yeah. Um, all right. So why am I opening that? Okay, so we won't resize the window. If dialog is too large, we'll just click on it and keep the window intact. And yeah, for solid CSD, it is now correctly clipped. Well, ideally it would just fuck. For this specific case, measuring the overlays makes sense. We'll see. And then message dialogues. Yeah, I won't spend too much time on this. I couldn't really make. Well, actually, you know what? Okay, let's rework that style. It is because it can be made at least a bit less ugly. I'll just separate the two styles completely because yeah. Now, I will separate this instead. So message area is always the same. Response area button is always the same, and here is when it starts to differ. Any message dialog, and only for the floating sheet. No. We get rid of all of this. Yeah, I still need to separate a bit. So response area. I'll keep everything except border radius here, and remove and only keep bottom radius here. Then compact button. Again, I remove border radius here, and I'll only keep it here. And now, yeah, okay. Now I need to find the style. Okay, there we go. Oh, it's SSD2. I forgot about this one. So building what my main branch now. Also, I think my headphones are starting to discharge, so I'll turn off NC. They're connected by cable anyway. Ignore the warnings. Oh, my voice sounds so weird without NC. Ignore the warnings for now. Because, yeah, I know there's a new stuff. I know exactly what stuff it is. It's stuff to do with default widget and focus in dialogues, which is not implemented for new dialogues yet, and it's something I will need to do at some point. But I need to get focus working at all first. Oh, right. I removed that because for regular dialogues I pass the parent window, and for this I don't because they are attached differently. They are attached to window, like at the moment for that attaching. It's not like with regular dialogues where you set with window-based dialogues where you set tangent 4 instead and to pass the window right away. So yeah, what did I want to build? Oh, right. Um, so I want to run this with X11 backend. Oh wait, no, it doesn't work. It doesn't work because it has a custom title bar and it's libadwaita window anyway. It does not use CSD. Let's see. No, this doesn't either. Split. No. Okay, yeah. This is window with SSD. It doesn't have round corners. Yeah, this is another one. But if these dialogues can only be used with libadwaita windows, I don't need to worry about this specific case, so it's the only. That's good. So I'm worrying too much about this. Also, sorry that I'm more all over the place and rambling as usual today because, yeah, as I said, I'm still recovering from that sleep cycle disruption. So, yeah, like I'm already happy I can do some work today at this time of day and not like during the night. So yeah, let's ignore that. So I guess as like it's it's basically it's still prototyping anyway. So let's just allow to override the condition entirely, except if I allow to override the condition, since condition is a gboxed and there's no way to add custom gbox parsers to GTK builder, I'll have to use custom tags. That's the reason I use custom tags for breakpoints in the first place. Where is it? I guess I could just show the demo. Yeah, the reason I use this tag instead of like property name equal condition, and that is exactly because I can't add custom box parsers, so I have to re-implement the whole thing, and I have to use for the LX2 do it for the LX2, which is not great. I did not have that possible, though. For now, be right back. All right. And message in chat. Mastodon D. Hi, Alice. Let's go. Hi, Mastodon D, or maybe that means Deutsch. Not sure. Oh, I see who it is. Presumably Eric Wooden. All right. So, so yeah, I'm not sure about the naive idea, but of just allowing to change the breakpoint condition entirely, because in that case I'd have to support specifying this custom tag, because yeah, there's no other way. Cubics. Oh, hi, Luna. Um, I don't like this. Maybe I could indeed just have a flag to have display mode. Well, not flag num. And I think I'm gonna do that for now, just to avoid dealing with custom tags, because that API is incredibly ugly. I mean, where's breakpoint been? Not breakpoint been, breakpoint itself. Where is it? Set the weak notify, property. Yeah, there we go. Set a start element, blah blah blah. Buildable custom tag start, condition parser data. Then we go to condition parser data, and like, yeah, I don't want to deal with this thing. It's basically copy paste on the code. So yeah, I'll avoid that. Instead, I will. Instead, I'll just have like dialog presentation mode or something. Do I use just? What is it? I want to find some num so I can copy it. Oh right, it was in header too. Okay, it was in the type def. Num add dialog loading dialog bottom sheet auto and not presentation mode. So I'll have this num. Later I'll have docs for it, not yet. There are basically no docs for now. Now I'll add presentation mode. Now I'll add the property for presentation mode. Mode. Set num. Update get property and set property. Self g value get a num. Then define the property itself. I have doc comments here because there is the copy paste. Get presentation mode. Except this was a read-only property. I should have copied another one, so I'll have to add set type this part myself. What were since 1.5, this one too actually. Presentation mode. 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 presentation mode auto, and this I will just copy. Wait, no, presentation mode auto. Dialog auto. I forgot how I called the type. Alright, so I'm not updating any actual logic yet. Now I'm still like just adding boilerplate. Mode. Did I call it presentation mode here too? Yep, I did. Mode on presentation mode. If fail mode is less than auto, or if it's larger than, because as you see we don't get type checking for nums. You can pass an integer, and I have to protect the code from that manually. Set presentation mode. Don't do anything for now. Just Now let's add this to the header. Wait, what? I don't know why I ordered it like this. Probably by mistake. Oh, right, because I was adding follow content size while I was outside. Yeah, this week has been a mess. So now I need to make a G-type for that num. But let's see. Yeah, I need to include the nums. And I need to add dialog to the num headers. Alright, now it's that's hopefully it. Is the chair again? This chair also keeps like just lowering and this is not a good chair. It's also not, since it's built in anyway. I will realign it so it doesn't. So it's at least. See, it is syncing right now. Like I'm not doing it. It's ridiculous. Well, so far it's built anyway. I usually wear hair like this when on camera, and it behind the ears when I'm off camera, because I just get this worry if there isn't hair around my face. So It's just this way, so I don't hate how I look if I need to look back at Steam later. You should really get your own chair. I should, but then again, if I'm moving very soon, who cares? Like, I'm not spending too much money on that. I ordered replacement wheels, but the whole chair not happening. All right. So now I have a presentation mode property, which hopefully works. Yeah, presentation mode auto. It does nothing right now. Oh, yeah. I inverted both the input checks. It should be the other way around. So now I can change it to a floating sheet. Yeah, it works. Now I need to make it actually do something. So what I'm thinking is I add breakpoints if I add this breakpoint if it's auto, and I removed otherwise. I hope I have API to remove a breakpoint. Where's breakpoint bin? I don't have API to remove a breakpoint, so I'll have to add that first. All right. Which, fair enough, really. So since breakpoint may still be used elsewhere, I have to disconnect from it. G. Yeah, it's fine. It's not fine. Fuck. Okay, you know what? I'll make a custom function. Well, first let's. glib does have functions to disconnect signals like this. So like I can just disconnect it by q allocate cell. I can disconnect basically any handlers that have this function, this data, which is nice, but this function someone could connect manually, and I don't want to disconnect that. So instead, I'll make a custom function that just wraps this and does nothing else. Breakpoint notify condition. CB breakpoint bin self, and it does nothing. It just calls this. At some point, I remember something like someone was wondering like why people have functions that just wrap another one. Here's why. Like it's just I don't like it, but it prevents a real issue here. And an alternative would be to like get the handler ID here and disconnect that handler specifically there. But that's complicated because I'll have to store them somewhere, and then I'll need structs to store in that list, and it's easier to do this way. Like, just yeah. Okay, now I need to check if glist remove removes data, or if it accepts data or a link, because it's linked list. I should probably replace it with an array, but I also don't even remember why it's list. At some point I should just go through the whole code base and replace this list with arrays. Okay, yeah. Okay, there's remove link separate. Yeah. Yep, this should work. So I'll need to store a current breakpoint. I don't recognize this music. It might be ending. Yeah, I think it is ending. Well, let's wait for it to build, because since I changed header, it rebuilds everything. And my header isn't powerful enough to like stream and do much at the same time, much else at the same time. Or rather, stream build and do something else. So right now it's just slow. I can help it a bit by just closing a bunch of, yeah, like even closing tabs is slow. Oh no, with close tabs it's fine. Okay. So if it's automatic, then yeah, we create this breakpoint. Um, and like it's fine if it's just incremental build, but this like it had to rebuild most of the project, which is an unfortunate thing about Sin. Like, but yeah, so if it's auto, I create a breakpoint, and breakpoint bin, I add that breakpoint to, I forgot which pin it is. Brief bin, okay. Because I have two bins, one for this condition and the other one for app provided conditions for like the dialog contents, because I have the same kind of API as in the window. Those crashed with us, yikes. I don't think I noticed that. But yeah, how much resources do I use right now? Am I using right now? No, actually not too bad. Breakpoint. Case dialog. Well, both of these and both of this remove breakpoint. And unset the breakpoint. I see. Yeah, I mean, you have powerful GPU, so like, well, I have an iGPU, which I picked purposefully to avoid driver issues, which, to be fair, yeah, I don't really have driver issues. But also, yeah, it's not fast. So let's add some asserts, because here I want to make sure that there's no breakpoint. There hasn't been a breakpoint yet. And here I want to make sure there was a breakpoint, so I don't remove now. And if it's something else, assert not reached. It shouldn't be, but you know. eGPU. I mean, I could, I guess. I don't know how those are connected though. I think it's while Thunderbolt. Like, I don't like it because I only have two Thunderbolt ports. One of them, and my monitor is connected to one of them, and the other one is for. And the other one is for this thing. Because this is external HD marketed as 4Mac, which means that it comes with. Which means it has Type-C port here, and Type-C to Type-C cable. Which I picked on top of because I wanted a Type-C one. But it also means that I basically don't have spare Type-C ports. Well, I don't have spare ports at all because... No, sorry. I actually have one on this side, on the right side of the laptop, so it's inconvenient. Because on the back I have dongle for my keyboard plugged in, my touchpad plugged in, my gamepad plugged in, and the camera. Then one USB port on my laptop, the only spare. And also I have the keyboard charging plugged into a power strip, which has USB ports. Then I plug my drawing tablet into this port on my laptop when I'm playing OS, and that one's unused. Well, the thing is, I'm also using this monitor as a dock station because I'm charging my laptop through it, and those four ports I mentioned, I plug in like keyboard, etc., they are on the monitor. So it also has to pass through that, and I'm not sure if it'll be able to. I don't need to research it though. But yeah, it's a bit complicated because USB Type-C monitors are really nice like this, but also there's also that. But yeah, I mean, this is the only reason I can plug all of this at all. My laptop has two USB Type-A ports, well, USB 3.0, and two USB Type-C ports, that's it. So everything else is through the monitor. Except audio. Audio I have plugged into my laptop too. Which I basically only do for streams and for OS. Because for streams I use the mic from my... Okay, these headphones are Bluetooth. You normally... Bluetooth audio is a bit weird. You have two profiles. Oh well, it's not shown right now because it's not connected via Bluetooth. There are headset and hands-free profiles, and headset has good audio output, like to the point you can listen to music, but no mic. Hands-free has a mic, but really, really crappy audio that's only good for voice chats. And I'm listening to music right now. I mean, the same one as you hear in the stream. So I really don't want to use hands-free, so instead I connect the headphones via a cable so I can have good audio and mic. This is unfortunately the downside, and yeah. And for OS I do it because I need low latency. Well, I mean, you have a desktop, so... Well, hands-free is... I mean, no, actually, I do use it in some work calls. There's sometime... In most of work calls, there's no need for me to sit down in front of the computer the whole time. So I can stand and walk around. And I'm using Bluetooth for that because, I'm not listening to music during those calls anyway. It's just voice. So hands-free is perfectly fine. And, I can just walk around, steam, etc. It's nice. Because, if I have my camera disabled anyway. The camera and mic both. So yeah, I do use hands-free for that sometimes. But not always. Anyway, so I did both of these. Now I only have a breakpoint for... yeah, it's fine. I should move this to a separate function. Update presentation mode. Because I also want to run this after in init after creating the object, so I don't have to copy paste this code, which to be fair is not too much of a problem, but still. Update presentation mode self. Also, I need my private struct in there. And yeah, I'm using headphones mic. I mean, I could get a separate one, but then again, I'm already almost out of USB port. I don't want to use another one. Because it would literally be my last available port. Yeah. Also, I barely have space in this table. Also, I need to... Oh no, it's fine for now. Maybe at some point I'll have to get a dedicated, like, USB docking station, but I don't want to because, you know, the monitor works fine for now. Set default size. Alright. Update presentation mode. And in init... So yeah, so I remove all of this stuff. I remove the breakpoint too. Instead I do this. Yeah, I need to cast bin to breakpoint bin because it has GTK widget type. And same thing here. Auto condition. Switch presentation mode. Well, that doesn't work anymore. It's brief presentation mode now. Like now, the build was perfectly fine. Okay. Well, now it auto mode still works. There are still these warnings. I still don't know what these are about. I'll need to debug it later. Probably not today. Oh, or maybe today. I will see. It's just I have no clue where to even start looking. It might be breakpoint bin bug for all I know. Anyway, let's switch it to something else. Floating bottom sheet should behave identically right now, except I accidentally closed dialog. Yeah, now it's always floating, and always bottom sheet should be the same. Oh, yeah. I should not have assumed that. Because there are two modes which both have... Because there are two modes which both don't use a breakpoint. And now I need to figure out how to... Well, actually, yeah. Here we go. If get current breakpoint... Yeah. If use bottom sheet. Is either we have a breakpoint right now, or we use bottom sheet presentation mode. All right. Then, and I need to call this. Actually, not if I can. You know what? Update presentation. and then I can call update presentation from update presentation mode, which would make sense. Actually, just called here. So let's open. Let's crash. So why is it crashing? It's crashing because... What? What? Oh! Yeah, I see why. I can't do this. I have to call it always, because at the beginning I'm setting it to auto and I still need to call this. Fair enough. I wanted to avoid calling that an extra time because... Yeah. So this is the auto mode. It changes like before. Now let's set it to bottom sheet, and it's a bottom sheet. Now let's set it to floating, and it's floating. Sheet. Oh, what? Oh well. Can I avoid this somehow? I mean, it's done. It happens because I call update presentation twice. I first call it I call it immediately before there is a breakpoint. I think so, at least. Let's see. Actually, let's move it below so it's next to this function. Let's see what it's called with each time. Because I heavily suspect that it's getting called with like use bottom sheet false and then with true. Let's move in here. Then making bottom sheet. Now let's change it to bottom sheet. It's called with just one. Though I think it happened 2 times. Auto, yeah. 0 and then 1. 1 and then 1. And here, when it's, yeah. Okay. So at the beginning it's called twice. That's fine. That's just breakpoints. So otherwise, well, let's keep that for now. So let's call it manually here. Then when setting presentation mode, if I want to call it if it was, yeah, no, never mind. I can actually... Well, here I'll have to call it manually anyway, it's fine. Here I want to call it if... Okay. If there was a breakpoint... Well, okay, let's make this a bit more readable. If I have no idea why I'm sneezing, but okay. If there was a breakpoint... No. If there wasn't a breakpoint and there still isn't, or if there was and still is, then I call update presentation myself. Otherwise, it will be called automatically. No, I think I missed one case. We'll see. Yeah, this all still works. If we change from auto to floating, it is called once. This worked. Yep, seems to work. Like it all changes seamlessly. Other than these warnings, again, this is definitely not right. I'll look into that. I have no idea why it does that. Yep. All right. Let's remove the bug print, and then let's enable by default for message dialogues. Set presentation mode, add dialogue floating. Now message dialogues should be as they should be, always floating. And never bottom sheets. While the rest of the dialogues can be adaptive. I mean, message dialogues are already adaptive, just differently. So this works. This also works. Let's try this thing. It all works. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if how visible it is on stream. There's a certain period. Actually, you know what? Let's make the hover more visible. So hover looks like this now. So notice that when I close the dialog, oh, wait, no. No, never mind, that is fine. For some reason, oh, there we go. Notice how it takes time for the button to become hovered. I'm not sure that's wanted. We probably want to make it clickable immediately. Set can target. Let's immediately set can target false so that it's not clickable anymore when it's closing. I'll only do it for dialogues because they become transparent during animation. Let's enable the test style again. Yep. Now I can do it much more quickly, and this is definitely how it should be. There's still a bug. If I quickly close the window twice, the second one doesn't work because the dialog is still closed and the close request still goes to it instead of the window, which is not great. But at least clicks work now. Let's commit this. You know what? Just the whole src. All right, what's next? I mean, I guess I could look into that weird allocate issue. Yeah. So, well, it's not visible with message dialogues anymore because they don't change presentation mode. Instead, I need to look at something that does change it, like this. So, the weird thing is, it happens only in one direction. So, which actually leads me to believe it's not breakpoint bin because otherwise it would happen in both. When it becomes a bottom sheet, like when it becomes a bottom sheet, it's all fine, it's all clean. When it becomes a dialog, the first one is this. That should not happen. Also, when opening it, it's fine. When opening it like this, it's fine too. It's only when it's being resized on the fly, like this. Also, it's minus 60 by minus 60 now, not minus 60 by minus some huge number. Which, to be fair, it might be because that one is height for width. And obviously, if I have completely wrong width, it will output some completely wrong height too. So yeah, I need to find out why this is happening. So let's see. Let's see. Okay. So it's one of these two probably. Let's add some debug prints. What width and height do we receive in allocate? Yeah, 18 by 800 by 576. That's fine. 0 and 0. This is not fine. Why is it 0 and 0? So something allocates this width size 0 by 0. Let's see what it reports as measure because, yeah. So it 200 by I mean 360 by 360. That's a weird value, but so daemon has 0 by 0 height. That's fine. That's expected. That's because it's basically just an empty widget with no borders, CSS borders or anything. It's this background. Like, it's just there to first darken the thing, and second, I can click it to close dialog. Lambdas, I mean, do with it as in how it will compile them. I have no clue. Also, I really wish I could use lambdas in C because, yeah, lots of name functions and it's so ugly. Like, for comparison, like in high school, I use them all the time, like here. And yeah, well, actually, yeah, like all of these in C, I have to make separate functions for each action. It's still not great because I have to do this everywhere, but you know, yeah. So, um, shit does report width size, but it's still not too bad. Like, oh, oh, I know why. I need to output first. It's because it's horizontal and vertical. It's fine. 360 is horizontal. Uh, I see. Yeah, I don't know. I personally used to not having to specify what I capture at all. Like it's in something like Java, it just happens automatically, or basically Java or Vala or C Sharp or Python or JavaScript. You just use them and compile. Well, compiler and interpreter will figure it out itself. Maybe I have some elastic. Let's see. Um, no, not application. I'll probably try to rewrite this up in Rust at some point. Like here, see, I'm not capturing anything. I just connect something like, and here's my whole lambda. I use self here. No, this it's implicit. I use Spring itself. It's just it's just nomadic. And I also use stack and like basically interactive view. So yeah. But okay, so this is all fine. 360 by 360 minimum natural size just the width because that's what about dialog is, and 200 and minimum 200 natural 639 is the height. It's fine. Sorry. Well, let's see if I can. Also, then you aren't seeing how the contract's named. Um, maybe you can sit here. um, is it visible now? But yeah, like if it is, it's all implicit here. Yeah. Yeah. Um, all right, so let's try to reproduce the bug again. I got sidetracked a bit. So when it becomes this, oh right, I removed the bug print, which I shouldn't have. Too many, yeah. Actually, no, let's keep for sizing and add orientation too. Mm-hmm. So nothing. Measure behaves correctly. Like there's no weirdness in any of these values. So the problem is not in measure. Well, I mean there's this, but it still won't break it. It's fine. So the problem is, so size allocate already gets wrong values, but measure outputs correct values, and it's not breakpoint bin because it happens in both directions and not just one. So maybe it's something in dialogue with how I do all of this. So I create a sheet, set open, set child, set this whole thing as breakpoint bins child, and connect the closed. Maybe one of these triggers query size, which let's compare bottom sheet and dialog sheet, I guess. Let's open dialog. Let's use split screen. Well, let's check set open. Good. Nothing interesting here. Set parent and set before. Still, like, it's still not different enough to cause this. Yeah, it looks like it should be fine. Why isn't it fine? Maybe something's getting called twice or something. I don't think it is, but this is seriously weird. Because it looks like I'm invalidating allocation from within allocation somewhere, and the thing ends up with like no, actually no, never mind. So there's 1, there's 0. Measure assertion for size larger than 1 failed. Oh wait, what? Why is it getting called with... Oh, what? Okay. Let's break it criticals and run this in debugger. Because I somehow didn't notice that. So mesh is getting called with invalid value, so that might be the root problem. Because, and then that would be would also be why it doesn't output anything. Because my output was after that input check. Wait, no, this would be... Mid height, sheet width. And like, it's not even visible. It's just at some point we get bad value and immediately relay out it properly. And like, there's no visible bug. There's just this 0, 0, yeah, and get minus 60. And I think we probably get 0, 0 in bottom sheet too. We just... Let's see. But probably just don't... But no, wait, no, we still pass sheet. Let's see. Yep, we still get 0, 0. I see. So I guess we could... Would that work if I just bail for 0-0? Actually, both. Or will that... Because it's not nothing's getting drawn after this. So in theory, maybe not allocate anything is fine. Yep, it's fine. Good to know. And let's add it to bottom sheet too. And now I can remove the back print. Okay. I still don't know why this happens, but yeah, I don't know. It may indeed be bug and breakpoint bin somewhere, but I'm not debugging it right now, and yeah, good enough. Except again for this thing, but that's probably like bug in Flatpak or Flatpak Builder or something, or maybe in Builder. Builder doesn't Builder this thing. Yeah. So yep, it's all been resized fine and cleanly. Well, almost cleanly aside from this, but you know. All right. What next? So message dialogues do work correctly now, except of course the API is completely awful because message dialog 2. I have the list with notes, so let's check that. Size. I guess I could start implementing swipes, which scary. Another question is sizing in sheet mode, because right now it's a bit all over the place. Like style class is just full width, which looks just horrible in my opinion. So like maybe it should use different size in mobile, maybe or maybe some fixed sizes. Because like this already looks so much better. Same thing for this, like just having these margins make it look a lot better. So I've been thinking maybe for dialogues we should just have two fixed sizes. Dialogues on mobile landscape. Like a wide one like this and a narrow one which is... Oh well, not this one. And the narrow one which is basically this. Like about dialogue would use narrow width, those would use wide. Something like this would use narrow width, this would use wide, or maybe still narrow if we want to. Like this. And we also want to make sure that in portrait it's always full width. It's never smaller than that, because in theory it can get smaller. Like for example, in this one, let's... Well, yeah, it can technically be this, which just looks rather strange. So it probably should be always be full width on mobile in portrait, and in landscape it should be able to be like either 360 or basically this. Well, the actual window size would be this. And the height, yeah, the height should be lower height is fine. It's nice for reachability. Because on this huge thing, I mean, like, I have no hope of reaching the end of the screen here. Like, it's, yeah. Even on my nominally small 112 mini, I still can't. Unless I change grip, I still can't reach the top of the screen. Like, and so yeah, probably want to love short dialogues just to get around that. Of course, when there's like scrolling content, it's fine to be full height. And well, when they cascade like that, it looks nice. So yeah, so I'm thinking we could use preferred size for dialogues on desktop, like for example this. Well, not on desktop, but like when they're floating, and some fixed size for bottom sheets. Mm, yeah, but I'm not sure offhand how to encode that in the API. Since we have default height, follow content size, these are for floating dialogues. Um, because like follow content size makes it literally do that. Like for example, it's basically the same as what resizable false does in GTK window. Day is over. Bye, then. Nice save. I'll probably see you on your stream too. So yeah, like this basically only exists for message dialogues. Because yeah, there's so that their height changes here. So for mobile, I probably want to just have small and large sizes. Oi. Actually, could I maybe have that on bottom sheet level instead of here? Though I guess those do need. Yeah, no, I guess bottom sheets do still need like. Fuck. I guess bottom sheets in that case need a specific expand horizontally mode, which they don't have right now. Maybe I could use hexpand for this because that's kind of what it's for. Like if I have hexpand on the child, then yeah. And I already have breakpoint bin inside the sheet, so it's probably fine. Let's see. Ah, wait, no, that won't work. That would only work for landscape, for portrait, not for landscape. I probably still want that. I mean, I could just use 2 breakpoints. It's not a deal breaker. Well, first of all, let's see if that even works. I don't think it does, because I never implemented, but maybe just give us some magic. Yeah, it doesn't. Wait, do I have complete expand function in gizmos? I don't. I mean, that's fine. Well, I mean, not really fine. Okay, no, I need to think more about it. So, imported, like this, we always want to expand it. In landscape like this, for small mode, we want to keep it 360 pixel center. For large mode, we probably want to keep it expanded, minus some paddings in here. Probably like 30 pixels something. And I mean, obviously, like if you set some with a quest that's larger than that, we do respect that. But you shouldn't, because in this case, it's 36 pixels anyway. The large one is just if someone, has slightly wider phone for some reason, like, I don't know. So for this, we'll probably need a... Well, actually, no. We could just use large natural size. And for this, maybe it's fine to not do padding, so maybe it's fine to just hardcode some with like 640 pixels. Just in case. Well, 660 probably. No, I mean 640 is fine. Not this. So like... I'm still not sure how it would work between, two breakpoint. I mean, I guess I'll have to introduce the second breakpoint. Which, fine, I guess. But that would also mean that I can't use a single breakpoint in the API for changing the threshold. It will have to be two breakpoints. Which is yet again why it wouldn't be a great idea to expose that directly. Well, first let's commit this. How much do I have? No, let's keep it. It feels so weird with energy drink. Like I feel a bit sleepy, but I'm also not tired. Like it's like I'm tired and also not. I don't know. Wait, I'm looking at the wrong class. So okay, instead of one breakpoint, I'll have portrait breakpoint and landscape breakpoint, both of them. Now I'll go through all of the breakpoint mentions and change them. This one doesn't matter because we'll always change them in sync. Here I'll check both. Portrait, landscape, and unset both of them. Here I create portrait breakpoint and add that. Create landscape breakpoint and add that. The specific values, I'll change that later. I still have one mentioned here. And now, because I have, yeah, it's fine. Now let's change this. I need two conditions for portrait and landscape, which should be different. For portrait, it would be max width this. For landscape, it will be this. Then update presentation, use bottom sheet, and another one is landscape is, well, actually, no, what? Let's make this a bit less ugly. Like this. And its landscape is if breakpoint equals landscape breakpoint. If use bottom sheets, then we can change the natural width here. If is landscape, then right, also have follow content size, which right, I also have this. If follow content size is true, then I'd probably have to follow it. Fuck. Also, that whole property doesn't make sense. I mean, we probably should just ignore all it. Like all of this default width, default height, all of this, and follow content size. All of this is for desktop only. So it's probably fine to just ignore all of this for bottom sheets. Let's split it into a separate function. So why do we have query size? I probably don't need query size here because I'm pretty sure that this will already do it. Oh, yeah, it already does query size, so we don't need another one. Though I do want to. Well, I'm pretty sure it won't compile because I started typing something and didn't finish. I don't know, it would. It would. Fine. Fine by me. So let's set follow content size immediately and let's see what happens. Yep. It does it just fine without that query size. Good. Update natural size. This will be in update natural size. We need private struct. Mm-hmm. Now what? Yeah. Now let's move it above and use it in the other place where I use set natural width, set natural size. It was in set default size, so and well, yeah. And well, now if it's on mobile, I ignore all of this and instead set it to fixed size. If bottom sheet exists, then this is temporary. I will use like proper values later. And update presentation mode. Where's update presentation? Yep. Wait, no. I need to do it after I create the thing. And here, follow content size. And is landscape, I will use it probably, maybe. Maybe it will be dysfunction. Now let's see what happens if I change default width or... Well, we still need default height. Doesn't do it. Doesn't. Okay. And width always 360. Also, to make this a bit less confusing, I'll format it like this instead. Oh, Mm-hmm. 360 and 360. So yeah, and now I can add like different widths for this. 360 or 640. What? Ah, okay. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure why this is happening. We'll debug that later. Yeah. So this is, and now I just need to add API to control which of the two widths it uses. So like style classes, run this. Yeah, but for about window is too wide. It's too wide. We want narrow one. But for something like this or this, it makes sense. Or this or this. But this one probably should be actually. But yeah, probably should be centered. But yeah, I'll be right back. Where's it? All right. Um, so, all right. So I have working for. I have working for landscape. Now let's see portrait. If I set it to 360, in portrait it will be centered. But my goal is to always expand it. Which, to be fair, 360, maybe 360 is fine. I kind of want to expand in landscape. And, well, now I can differentiate that. Let's move all of this. Here. Breakpoint is this. Wait, why is... Wait, what? Why do I care about child breakpoint in here? Oh, ref and ref. Yeah, never mind. So use bottom sheet I don't care because we already use it. And instead I care about whether it's landscape. If it actually we don't even need that. If we use landscape breakpoint, then natural width would be something large. This, otherwise to be 60. Now I just need to make sure that the priority of breakpoints is correct. Yeah. If it's portrait breakpoint, not landscape. Because I need to care about the size where like the phase where they're both shot. So this one is correct. This one is not correct. This one's correct. So yeah, the priority is not right. Fuck. Maybe using 360 was actually fine. Like, yeah. Because this is kind of wide. My goal was only to prevent narrow dialogues in 360, so maybe I should just default to 360. Yeah, you know what? It's fine. Well, I mean, yeah. Yeah, this is probably fine. Though I still need to, like, fix the priority because this should not happen. And the priority is fixed by just adding them in different order. Now it's still narrow in this state, but wide in this state. Or maybe... I don't like this state. Like, maybe it's fine, but I don't know. I kind of want like expanded by keep margins. Not sure if I can do that. I mean, I can with CSS obviously, but like... basically... like this. Well, I mean, when it's landscape anyway. Also, I probably should add some style classes. So let's do it. Wait, no, not here. In update presentation instead. Image itself. Bottom sheet. And remove floating. And the other way around here. And also remove portrait and landscape. And here, if it's portrait, we add portrait. And remove landscape. Otherwise, we do the opposite. Now I can do it all in CSS. And actually, why am I not doing it in CSS for everything? Because it should be CSSable. But yeah, dialog, bottom sheet, landscape, and then just sheet. There is... yeah, well, this is already better. Will build a crash. Yes, it will. Will build a crash again if I open the same file. Because I suspect that the answer is yes. No, it won't. I'm very much fine with that. Okay, but otherwise... yeah, let's move all of that to CSS, because no reason not to. I have one padding in, well, top margin in bottom sheets, and all margins in dialogues. Like there's this margin. Mm, yeah. Get rid of this and this. What? Maybe it's telling me to end the stream though. I mean, I'll still go for like half an hour and probably then probably end it. Not going overtime because I'll just get tired. I don't want it. I don't want that. So dialog sheet margin 30 pixels. Then in this sheet, top margin 30 pixels. Well, margin top, not top margin. GTK has one certain widget which has both top margin and margin top properties, and they do different things. That's text view. 32, 30 is fine. Oh, right. Honestly, we'll just remove that. I won't use it anyway. No, let's keep it for now. Let's get rid of this. And of this. Some identifications. I'll check them in detail once the stream is over. So that this works and this works too. Well, this we'll see. But yeah, more things controllable from CSS. And now I can also add this. Well, not like except for bottom margin. Yeah, forgot this. What's this? Some wider window like this. So 360, or maybe it indeed should Then this. Or maybe it shouldn't it be full height. Or maybe it should be full. Right, I know what I'll do. It all makes sense now. I will have a setting, well, API for making that like full height mobile or not. I'll just use this for portrait too. Well, let's introduce an num. I'll have narrow and wide modes. Also, yeah. Also, I think I should rename this. Default width makes no sense. It's same name as GK window. It never made sense. It doesn't make sense here. Let's replace it with content width, because that's what it is. Oh, and height too. Well, it's case sensitive. This one will need to keep as is. Okay, it's contents with, and just follow content size. Auto content size. So we'll name follow to auto. And here, now let's like replace all of this. No, content with message dialog. Why am I doing from here and not from UI file? Property name auto content size true. Presentation mode floating. preferences dialog, content width, content height, and now I'll need to replace dialogs here. That would be navigation view. Split views, styles, yes, split views. Both of these. Let's say default width, default height. Default width, default height. Default width, default height. Then those view switcher also has one. Okay. And now the name makes enough sense that I can introduce the second one for like sheet width, for example. No, but bottom sheet width. Yeah, I guess bottom sheet width. I would also name it like floating width, floating height, but then again, I do reuse that floating height for bottom sheets too, so content height's probably fine. Since it's compiled anyway. Let's just make sure that everything still works. All this will probably be fine being narrow, but let's see. So now let's actually introduce that new API, like bottom sheet width. I still don't like this name. We'll think about that later. Wait, no, it's not width. I don't need Okay, maybe bottom sheet size. Nah, width is fine. Hmm? Well, that I'll update later. Once again, first time I need all the boilerplate for the API, then I'll actually implement it. So I have set getter and setter. Right? Defaulting to narrow. Um, mhm. And next I need to um, add the property to the num. Um, bottom sheet width. Now I need to set it to correct value and in init. It is already correct, but you know. Bottom sheet narrow. Okay, API should be there now, and now I just need to use since I'm waiting anyway. Let's fix. Where is it? Let's fix this, as in this warning, because yeah, not much reason to keep it there. Hmm. Well, I can, I guess. Wait, no. There is one thing I mixed. Um, this, because I don't want to over notify if I set it to the same value as it already is. That's the whole reason I use notify, explicit notify, instead of just allowing. Well, that's one of the reasons I'm doing it. The second one is to have this function notify in general and not just gObject set property. Bottom sheet with narrow, wide, yep. Now we have it and we can change it. Now, let's see where the 60 is. Update natural size. Same thing, update natural size. Well, actually, only if there's bottom sheet. You know what? No. Just for clarity, we'll always do it. Sheet width. Case. If it's narrow, I will make those constant later on, just implement them first. Now let's set it wide. Now it's large. And same thing here. Narrow is always centered. Wide is, yeah. Okay. So, and wide. Now what? I have like a habit of defining them with like narrow wide being at the end just for sorting reasons, but I define them myself anyway. So I can remove this breakpoint. It's not needed anymore. And now, well, now I just need to go through all of the dialogues I haven't set the correct modes. So for about window, narrow makes sense. For preferences window, we probably want wide. No, I mean, this isn't too bad, but yeah. For message dialog, we don't want anything because they are never bottom sheets in the first place. Though I can now test how it would look like. Because, unfortunately, that's how this API works. One can still set this, which is sad, but yeah. And yeah. That's how it's working now. Then navigation view narrow is fine because it's, yeah. View switcher. Yeah, let's set it to white because it's white in desktop. Carousel, avatar, split views. We want both of these as whites. Oh, bottom sheet mode, bottom sheet width. Yeah, I'm clearly getting tired, so I will end the stream once I'm done adding this. Next styles, all three should be wide. And view switcher, wide, styles, produce, navigation. Okay. So now let's test it. About window is still this. Preference window, well, let's size it as for 294, 720. This one is narrow, this one is wide, this one is narrow, this one is wide. These are both wide. Tab view is not ported because tab view is a bit messy because of this. This one is. Yeah. Or maybe I don't need fixed size. Maybe I just need padding margins for like full landscape, and allow like the rest of the size to just be whatever it wants to be. And same thing here, like if it's because even like in Portrait, my main goal here is to allow it to be, well, my main goal here is to not allow it to be less than 360 pixels wide. And maybe I don't need fixed size after all. Because really, why would I? The only reason I was adding those is to have these margins, but I have them anyway now. So maybe I could just get rid of that and use the regular size. In which case I wasted a lot of time today. Yeah, I think that would make sense. And just have it just never allow it to be smaller than 360 pixels wide. At least in portrait. No, really in both. Fuck. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Like, it's just confusing from the API point of view, in my opinion. Like, it sounded good on paper, but I don't think it works. So instead here, I would just use the content width as is, except I would use mean bottom sheet width. Actually, I don't even need that. I could do it in CSS. Then I could use. Then I don't need any of this either. I just use this. And then update natural size. I don't need it here either. And then I don't need separate breakpoints, though. Yeah. I'll use one breakpoint. Unless at some point I will need to differentiate them, but so far no. On the other hand, it doesn't hurt anyone if there are two. So yeah, I think it's fine. What? What? I think it is an older version of the file for some reason. Hmm? Oh, yeah. The warning was there because I have this property in the enum, but no corresponding param spec. So yeah, it was confusing geoobject introspection. Anyway, Oh, right, yeah, I still do need both because I differentiate portrait and landscape like this. Yeah, I do need both breakpoints. It's fine. Yeah, I think this is better. Like, it already behaves basically like I need it to. It's full width here, and it's... Yeah, you know what, this works. This one's slightly narrower, so narrower, but whatever. So this I don't need anymore. And now I need to encode the minimum width. Let's add this. Switch it to bottom. No, you know what? Let's test it with a realistic test case. Though this is not great. So dialog portrait sheet. The 6 pixels. Well, not even portrait, dialog bottom sheet. Because we still don't want this. Well, I guess in landscape it's not too bad. It's mostly that, you know, it should be full width in here. So yeah, I guess it's just this. So now it's full width. Now it can be anything, and here it's full width. Style sheet, widgets, dialogues. Portrait sheet, we have minimum width, and landscape, we have margins. Actually, just already this. It's small, and here it's still, yeah. Yep. I think it works fine. And meanwhile, if we set content width to something large, like 640, it's still nice. So yeah, quite liking this. And I was really overthinking with fixed sizes. So yeah, I think that's it for today. So today I So today I finally finished message dialogues. So have different presentation modes, and message dialogues can stay floating when it's narrow. I actually make a list because I will forget otherwise. Both for like to post the thing. Well, mostly just to make post once it ends. Actually, I'll start writing it now. Where is it? Actually, I can just do it right on screen here. So, I was going to say person, but didn't. So, okay. It doesn't very well. No, this feels awkward. I'll write it in private. So, the AI got one of the different presentation modes. No, I'll actually write it off camera. I can't think well, so I'll just listen and make notes. So, presentation modes, so that dialogues can stay floating. Fix that weird fix that. I'm actually not sure why this happened. Maybe it was from Inspector. Fixed the nice. Fix the weird warnings when switching between modes. And implemented the correct sizing for dialogues. For bottom sheet dialogues. I think that was it. Actually, let's just that was today's 22nd. Actually, you know what? Yeah, rename some properties to make a bit more sense. Well, yeah, these things a bit random refactoring. And the factoring fixes, like there was that fixed can target, which is not significant enough to list it separately, but I'd like to mention somehow. Nice. So yeah, well, let's commit it as well. And push it as well. In theory, I could also check on mobile right now, but no need to. So yeah. Where's Twitch? Yeah. So yep. Wait, what? Oh, okay. So I'll just um, open some. I'll just have it open at the end of the video for no reason. Just let's have this one, or like yeah, like this. So yep. Thanks for watching. Hope it was fun, I guess. I'll be back with libadwaita stuff on hopefully Tuesday, and hopefully we'll stream some game tomorrow. I don't know what yet though. I'll need to decide that. Maybe Crypto Necromancer, because I don't want to start another Metroid game, so I don't just get completely tired of them. Plus, I don't like Metroid Fusion that much, so probably just will do a quick Necrodance stream, because I skipped the last week. I don't want it again. So yeah, see you tomorrow or on Tuesday.